Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. Today we're going to be talking about the Ex-Borg faction and the Freebooter hostiles. Got a couple crews loaded up on my Augur and D4, so let's send them to the system. And let's talk about the faction first. Here you go. Now, unlike a lot of the other factions, in my opinion, there's not a bunch of stuff to claim now from the faction store here. There are several bundles for Outlaw stuff, Mantis stuff, Bondi Bay stuff, Deviant, Meridian, and Talios. Will more things get added? I don't know. I would assume so, but who really knows? You can look and see what currency they're going to be asking for. They're going to be asking for this little Ex-Borg credit thing. Now, there are also researchers attached to this faction. And what do they cost? Ex-Borg credits. That's why I say I don't think there's really anything to buy in the faction store right now. That's a personal opinion. If you feel you would rather spend the credits on the bundles in the faction store, you can go right ahead. But I would save them and start unlocking some of these researchers first. ISO emulsion efficiency, research efficiency costs, less dilithium and such. Component efficiencies, more material efficiencies. Some of the big ones are these sweep researches. Essentially, when you do this research by killing freebooters of the level that you need, how do you say that? How do I really want to say that? If you need to kill level 40 swarms, kill a few level 40 freebooters, and you'll get credit for killing the swarms. It's a good thing about these researches. Also, there are for the factions. So, if you need to kill level 40 factions, you go kill however many, 10, 20. It does say 10 points, so that sounds like maybe 3. I think the swarms usually want you to kill like 65, so that would be 7. So if you can kill 7 freebooters a day, potentially you could be done all your faction dailies, all your swarm dailies, with just like 7 hostiles. So that's why I say save those credits for the researchers first. Now it's going to be a slow drip with the reputation, so this is definitely something that's meant to take a while. Now let's talk about the hostiles. Scan the hostile here. Let's put it better. I think that's a little better. This is why Tau was found and put in packs for you to buy. You can see damage per round, 450,000-ish. And then look at those hit points. The shields aren't too big, but 10 million on the hull. It's pretty big compared to damage. So, I didn't want to leave that. I wanted to talk about this. Okay. So Tau's going to work. He's probably, assuming that, they did things the way they intended to. Tau's probably going to be the best option. But I'm sure many people didn't buy him. This is what I wanted to get to right here. And why they would release Tau is because Pike Moreau Chen is not going to be the best tactic. You see right here, Freebooters have a buff plus 1500% to all their piercing stats. Now, the way Moreau works is she significantly reduces the hostile's piercing by such and such percent and boosted with Pike. And that's how you get your ship gets max mitigation. You reduce the hostile's piercing. Well, as you can see, Ravenger's Lance is going to counter that. So while, yes, you can get a few kills with a Pike crew, old Pike, that is, it's not going to be the best option. And as far as Chen or Talon, these freebooter hostiles have a somewhat balance between energy and kinetic weapons. So, while yes, Chen may reduce the energy weapon, there's going to be a few kinetics in there that aren't going to be reduced. So, to change up who you're going to use, New Pike. New Pike is, assuming you have him, and his little buddies, they're going to be a more conventional option. So that's why I brought the battleship. I'm going to hit an explorer. Let's see what happens. Now, I can do this with my pylon. I can do this very easily with my pylon. But I don't necessarily need to show that. I mean, me dominating these hostiles with the pylon. And apparently I can dominate these hostiles with my auger. Trying to use lower ships. Trying to benefit like everybody more instead of just people with big ships. Let's take a look at the battle log here. See very little damage using a new Pike crew with full synergy. Now, the only problem with why this may not work as well as I thought it might is my new Pike is tier whatever he is. I think it's 3. I don't even remember. 6 rounds. That's not... It's not good for, the freebooters. They were supposed to be built up as huge hull, low damage per round hostiles. So you can, now, yes, these are 3-star epic ships, and I'm hitting 38s because that is about the level-ish. I will punch up in a few minutes, and we'll see how that goes. And as far as punching up against hostiles, one crew we like to use against the heavy traders in the capital system is Beverly, Khan, and Mud, Skinny Mud. Maybe throw in Talon on one of the sidecars. The problem is, I don't think your shields are going to deplete. They may or may not, which is why I don't have Beverly in the captain's seat. I threw Gorkon in there for hull breach. And I put him in as a captain because it gets you a few extra critical hits in the early battle. So let's go ahead and hit this battleship, see if this crew does, see how this crew does. Wow. Very little damage. Yeah, this is probably going to be a better video if I punched up, but just wanted to show you. Even a few tiers less on your 3-star epic, maybe a tier or two lower on some of the officers. As you can see, I'm only going 4 rounds. There's no reason to think that you couldn't kill these hostiles. You know, between 4 and 7 a day. There is a daily that goes along with these hostiles. You do a mission, We Are People 2, do the 5 parts. You'll get the dailies, but you will have to wait till reset. The dailies, if I remember correctly, the first one is kill like 4 and you get your reputation and your credits. The second one is kill 6. So obviously 2 more for the second daily. And you get a few more credits. Yes, it was designed that way. Doesn't, oh, there, right here. Okay, so let's go to this 40 system. Punch up a little bit, see how that goes. Help button while we're waiting. We're in system now. All right, let's see. Let's find our target, see how we do. I did the 38s, and they weren't too much trouble. So let's try this Gorkon lead. He's damaged. I want like an undamaged one. Oh, wow. Oh, look, there's one undamaged. Let's see how well this does punching up the 43. Well, I definitely killed it. And as you can see, that didn't take too much out of me either. Let's try the 43 Explorer with the battleship. That took a little more out of the shields. But with Pike, with the new Pike, you're sending more of the damage to your shield. So there's that. But as you can see, it's not too bad. Kind of curious. Let's see. Let's hit. It's not really going to work out well. Let's hit this. No, that's. Finish the hostiles. There we go. Let's try hitting the Explorer with the D4. And this is just me trying to, show that it can be done and how an option of how it can be done, since Pike Moreau Chen is not going to be the go-to here. Okay, that one took a little more damage out of me. As you can see, this is me going against the triangle, yes. And obviously you're going to do better when you go with the triangle. But as you can see, you don't have to. And you only have to kill a few. It's not like you're going to have to go out here and kill 40 a day to get all those dailies done. The idea is for you to come out here and kill 6, maybe 7 a day. And that's it. Swarm, faction dailies done. Go do something else. Out of curiosity, let's see what I can do in 45 land. Some other options for crews. Let's say I use Strange New Worlds on my Pilum. Who do I use? I use Strange New World Pike, Strange New World Uhura, and Khan. Obviously, low damage per round is going to benefit you. You essentially have a little mitigation in there, right? Because they don't do a whole lot of damage. But you're increasing your damage. with Khan. You're going to get hit a lot. Let me show you. Let me show you. See, this one went 17 rounds. Look at that. That's one weapon with 3 shots. There's another weapon, 3 shots. Another weapon, 3 shots. This should be... It's Khan pop in there, but this should be... These 3 should be one weapon, and then these other 3 should be another weapon. I didn't even bother looking at FCFC.space to look at the hostiles and their firing pattern and such, because I did my own experiment. I'll just send my ship in there and see if I can kill it, and it went down kind of easy, so I kind of thinking that they're actually not as hard as they were built up to be. And at the same time, how hard were they supposed to be? The idea of this new faction, which are Ex-Borgs, the Borgs assimilate a whole bunch of races, and now these Ex-Borgs, they're coming on your side, and they're sharing all that information with you. So therefore, more efficient building and researching, more points for your dailies. Let's go with the triangle again. Let's kill that 45, see what happens there, or let's attack it. I don't know that I'm going to kill it, but let's see what happens. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Wow. Okay. As you can see there, took a lot more damage, but I killed it. Killed a 45. Take a look at the battle log. 47 rounds. So yes, they are... What was built up is true. They have high hulls. Are they hard to beat? Not necessarily. They are very beatable. Using the right crew, like all things. Crews matter. If anybody tell you that crews don't matter, wow, look at all these shots. Yeah, lots of shots. But as you can see, how much are these shots doing? 60,000 apiece. How much is reaching my hull? 1,000. Less than 1,000. See? 795 on that one. Even with all their piercings. Not doing a whole lot of hull damage to me. So that is true. Takes a while to kill them because they have big hulls. And that's why some of the hints out there may have been deep knowledge base of crews is going to be more useful here instead of just going with Pike Moro-Chen. The old meta for hostiles, apparently. Now, the downside with these dailies, getting all your faction dailies completed with killing a few of these freebooters, is you won't get the reputation for killing the hostile. You'll get the reputation for you'll get the reputation for doing the dailies. You're going to get that. You won't get it for doing the hostiles. Now, yes, that does sound not as good, but at the same time, if you're a dual faction grinder, how much easier is that going to be to keep your dailies balanced? If you go out and killing Romulan hostiles, your Klingon reputation is going to increase more than your Federation is. But with this new way of doing your faction dailies, it's not going to. And the idea that what I'm talking about is there'll be times when you're dual grinding where one reputation is so much higher, and then it levels up and you have to go kill 45s or whatever with the one faction, but only have to kill 43s with the other one. That's what I'm talking about, it being unbalanced. But this can kind of neutralize it. So, and you can still go out and grind rep if you want to. But the good thing is you go out and grind the rep. You're going out there just to grind rep. You're not looking for a specific level of hostile because of your dailies. You're just, I want this rep. I want this broken part. I want these chests from the capital systems. I want the chest from Taigo Core. All right, let me send home. There's no point being out here anymore. Hopefully, I've covered what I intended to cover. Trying to make sure this goes easy for you. That's all I'm really trying to do here. Yes, the reputation gain for your Ex-Borg faction is going to be slow going. That's part of it. I mean, you are getting a way to do dailies quicker. I mean, you think about it. You can be done your swarm and your faction dailies in 5 minutes. Yes, please. Thank you. I love you. It almost makes me want to go back and not quite. I was going to say retract some of the negative things I've said, but about this game and the people making it. This is wonderful. Been asking for a way to reduce grind times for so long. Well, it's finally here. And you can spend less time doing, your faction dailies and more time doing whatever else it is that you want to do. But remember, these bundles are nice and they can supplement you. Spend with caution because I say the research is going to be more important. It's going to do it for this video. Comment below. How are you killing these freebooters? Going easy for you? Ask questions. Feel free to ask away for crew suggestions, such and such and such and such. Hopefully you aren't having too much difficulty with this. I know I'm not. All right, I'm really going to go now. Be sure to like and subscribe. I am the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.